Good morning to you all. Welcome to my project presentation on a microbiology wireless temperature monitoring project proposal. This presentation is going to follow the presentation plan as shown on the slides. So I'll start with the background to the project. So the organization is West Hertfordshire Teaching Hospitals. This trust is composed of Hemel Hempstead, St. Albans, and Watford General Hospital. The trust serves approximately 500,000 people living in and around Hertfordshire. Annually, the trust attends to approximately 1 million patients and employs 5,000 staff. The microbiology department is a specialty within pathology, and it falls under the Clinical Support Services Division. Daily microbiology staff they utilize digital thermometers to manually check and record actual minimum and maximum temperatures. This is a labor intensive exercise, and it takes on average more than an hour for a medical laboratory assistant or an associate practitioner to capture temperature readings in more than 45 areas. So this project proposal is to petition the trust to grant funding and a project management board for the implementation of a wireless temperature monitoring system. So in essence, this is a quality improvement initiative, and it is aimed to save the department on staff time and also to deliver a 24/7 system which is ISO 15189 2020 compliant, and it will also enable remote temperature monitoring. So this project is basically going to enable the laboratory to continuously provide technically valid results by ensuring that reagents, consumables such as culture media and even laboratory cultures are stored within temperature controlled environments. So by establishing or implementing a wireless temperature monitoring system, it will enable the laboratory to comply with EN ISO 15189 2012 with standard 5.3.2.2. So for the medical laboratory reagents and consumables. So this standard is quite important because when we have our UCAS inspections, we need to show evidence that the reception and storage of laboratory consumables is done within areas that are monitored, and that storage facilities prevent consumable damage or deterioration. So this is a British standard, and I've actually given 1 second. Okay, so this is the outline business case I've shown previously, and I'm now moving on to work breakdown structures. So this project is broken down into 4 stages. So the first one is to seek a quotation, which we've already done. We've sought a quotation from a company called Celsius CoolCheck. Please note that this electronic temperature monitoring system is already in place in blood sciences because of their high need, or the nature of the work that they do. They were given high priority, and microbiology was obviously given second priority. So the time has come for this program or this application to be installed in microbiology, and hence we sought a quotation from Celsius, I think in in January 2023. So the next part is for the trust project team to also give a quotation. So in this project, I've just used the quotation for the Mauditof, which will be similar to this temperature monitoring application. And then the third stage will be um, for Celsius school check to to do user training. And then the fourth step in terms of the breakdown structure is for the microbiology project team to do the SOP write up, to do the competence write up, and also to do the change control, which is part of our QMS, to ensure that the application is verified and that it meets our requirements. So from this quotation that we received from Celsius School Check and from ATOS, we worked out that this project will cost approximately 25,000 pounds in the first year. So the next bit that goes along with this project is the project, project management methodology. So after having done some research, I found out that it will be better, or it's best, to use the Agile framework using a Scrum, framework, or Scrum methodology. So the advantages of the Scrum methodology is that it blends iterative and incremental life cycles. So this chosen project management strategy is intended to optimize project success and business value creation in all project lifecycle phases. So the Scrum methodology fosters transparency, as all changes, no matter how small, are communicated to team members. So this design or this project management strategy is intended to help motivate staff to always remain focused and productive, and it promotes the fundamental British value of respect, tolerance, and the rule of law. So with any project, risk is inherent. So I did the risk assessment, or we did with my manager. We did a risk management assessment using the identify, assess, respond, and monitor strategy, which is given by a CME risk management methodology. And then the interaction with the project or prospective project team, and the planning, and interaction with users will also helped us to identify other risks. So I've shown an image there where risk identification is an ongoing process throughout a project's life cycle. And I've shown that through interaction with risk workshops, risk requirements and design, users, project management meetings, and so forth, stakeholder meetings, we will be able to identify, or we will be able to continually identify and monitor and respond to risks associated with this electronic temperature monitoring project. So as a result of this work, I came up with 4 risks that are associated with this project. The first one is the outsourcing of pathology. This is a sustainability and transformation project which will lead to a new laboratory being built in the future as a result of the merger of, or the outsourcing of pathology services at West Hertfordshire, Princess Alexandra, East and North Hertfordshire. So this is likely to happen, and therefore it is medium in risk. And the project sponsor, or the trust, is aware of this risk and shall continue to monitor progress. In mitigation, the Celsius school check system is portable. So the other risk is trust IT infrastructure, which is at high capacity. So in 2022, there were concerns which were raised that the trust IT capacity to take on new IT programs was limited due to network and server capacity. So these are some of the risks, but overall, this is a low risk project, based on this assessment. Again, I am aware or familiar with most of the stakeholders that will be interacting in this project. So I did a list of all the all the available or prospective stakeholders from the trust senior leadership team, which manage or lead the clinical support services division, to suppliers such as Celsius, represented by Rob Elliott, to Trust IT, Pathology IT, and so forth, up to the microbiology project team, and ultimately to the users, which are microbiology staff. So it's quite a long list, and as I did it, I realized that it's actually very difficult to cover everybody, because there are our neighbors, blood sciences, cellular pathology, and so forth, who also may have an interest or a stake in this project. So I used the RACI matrix, which is a responsibility assignment tool. So the acronym RACI means stands for responsible, accountable, informed, and consulted. So I used this tool to be able to draw a RACI matrix for this electronic temperature monitoring project, and to identify who will be responsible, accountable, informed, and consulted among the stakeholders. So here is the wireless temperature monitoring RACI matrix. So it shows who will be consulted, who will be accountable, who will be responsible, who will be informed, and so forth, according to their stake in the project and their interest and in trust strategic goals. So in terms of communicating with the stakeholders, I drew up a project communication matrix, which really uses various tools such as emails, MS Team meetings, and one-to-ones, and also the frequency is gonna be generally once a week, once every 2 weeks, or as things happen. So the project team is very much aware of the importance of communication in order to ensure that the project is a success. I also used a Gantt chart to draw the project task schedule, and there was just one limitation in that I couldn't put as many names in the Gantt chart, but it shows the stages, the various stages that this project will be involved in. It's generally linear. However, there could be bottlenecks. For example, there could be delays in Trust IT approving or you know implementing the project because of other pressures on the team. There could be delays with delivery of supplies. So this is why in this project I recommended the Agile with a Scrum framework, because it will help to ensure that if there are delays, they are captured, and that there's mitigation in place. So in conclusion, uh, the following options were considered: to do nothing. However, current challenges and risks will remain. Implement wireless temperature monitoring in part. However, it's not ideal. And then the third option was full implementation in all microbiology areas, and this is the preferred option. And I've already mentioned the advantages in that it provides 24/7 monitoring and also complies with ISO 15189, 22 or 2012 standards. We're transitioning to 2022 standards at the moment. So again, once this project is embraced and implemented, it will reduce the number of manual digital thermometers. There will be certain equipment that will still require manual digital thermometers, and it will result in us saving in the purchase of digital thermometers. And this system is also portable and expandable should we get additional equipment. So disadvantages is that it costs 25,000 to implement, and that there will be additional work that may be required in terms of installing network and power points, and also signal repeaters. Because they are portable, they may inadvertently be misplaced or removed in error. Finally, this project will depend on implementation of good project management skills, such as effective communication, application of good project management frameworks such as Scrum, and also visionary leadership from the project board. So in all, I believe this is a good project that will meet trust strategic objectives and enable service user needs to be fully met, and for the department to be ISO 15189 2012 compliant. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. I have put meaning of acronyms, I have put appendix, and if you've got any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much, and I wish you well until we meet next time. Dali, ndapedza bati.